Welcome my dear students. Hope you all fine at your home. In this video session, we are going to see the lesson Measurement of Standard 6. Unit 1 Measurement. Few questions to start with. If your father gives you a bag and asks you to get potatoes, how will you ask the shopkeeper? A bag full of potatoes? Or how will you ask? Your mom daily gets milk from the milkman. How much does she get? A cup of milk? Or two tumblers of milk? Or how does she get? How long will it take to reach your school from your house? If your cousin asks you what your height is, how will you measure and inform him? To answer all these questions, we need to know about the measurement. Measurement. Introduction. We have already heard about the word like weight, kilogram, liters, milliliters, kilometer, length, distance, etc. In this chapter, we are going to learn the length, mass, volume, and time, and the necessity to measure them. So, what is measurement? The comparison of unknown quantities with some known quantities is known as measurement. Measurement of a quantity has two parts. One is the number and its unit. Measuring tools. Let's learn about some measuring tools. First one, measuring tape. It is used to measure the length of the distance. Stop clock. It is used to measure the accurate time of the activity. Next, the measuring jar. It is used to measure the volume of the liquid. A meter scale. It is used to measure the length of the object. A balance. It is used to measure the mass of the object. Now, we are going to see the first physical quantity, length. What is length? The distance between one point and the other desired point is called as length. It may be the distance between the edges of a book or a table or the corners of a football ground or even from your home to school. The standard unit of length is meter and is represented by letter M. Very small lengths can be measured in millimeter and centimeter. Still larger measures, say height of a building, a banner, or a lamp post, are all measured in meter. How to express still longer lengths, say distance between two cities or villages, or distance between your school and home? It is expressed in kilometer. Now, know the unit of length. 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeter. Now, take the meter scale. Notice the lines with markings 1, 2, 3, 4 from 0. The distance between 0 and 1 is denotes a centimeter. It is written as cm. Notice in between 0 and 1 there will be smaller markings. If you count, there will be 9 such lines. The distance between any two consecutive smaller markings within a centimeter denotes a millimeter, written as mm. Measure your height with your handspan and cubit. Do you know what is handspan and cubit? A cubit is the distance from your elbow to the tip of your middle finger. The handspan is the distance between your thumb and your little finger. Now, measure your height using your handspan and cubit. Next, stand in front of a wall and mark your height on the wall. Measure your height with a scale. What differences do you infer? You see that your handspan measurement is different from the measurement of scale. Which is the accurate measurement? Yes, the measurement using scale is the accurate one. International System of Units or SI units. Different measuring units are used in different countries. To the sake of uniformity, scientists all over the world have adopted a common set of units to express measurements. This system is called as the International System of Units or SI units. The SI unit of length is meter. The SI unit for mass is kilogram. SI unit for time is second. The SI unit for area is meter square. The SI unit for volume is meters cube. Multiples and submultiples of SI unit. Now we are going to learn the multiples and submultiples of meter. Note the table. What are the submultiples of meter? It is decimeter, centimeter, millimeter, and nanometer. And what is the multiple of meter? It is kilometer. So, 1 meter, in 1 meter, how many decimeters are there? Yes, it is 10. So, how to calculate the submultiple? 1 by 10 will give the value of submultiple. What the prefix we are using? It is deci. What's the abbreviation we are using? It's D. So in 1 meter, how many centimeters are there? It is 100. So how to calculate the submultiple? 1 divided by 100. What is the abbreviation? It is C. What's the prefix we are using? Is centi. In 1 meter, how many millimeters are there? It is 1000. So how to calculate the multiple, submultiple? 1 by 1000. So what is the abbreviation? M. What is the prefix? Milli. In 1 meter, how many nanometers are there? It's nearly 1 billion or 1000 million. So how to calculate the submultiple? 1 divided by 1 billion. So what's the abbreviation for that? It is N. The prefix is nano. The next one, multiple of the meter. Okay, so in 1 kilometer, how many meters are there? 1000 meters. So how to calculate the multiple of that? By multiplying 1000. What the abbreviation? It is K. What's the prefix we are using? It is kilo. Corrective measures for measurements. Measurement has to be accurate and the approach has to be correct always. In our day-to-day life, approximation may not have much impact, but has a large impact in scientific calculations. For example, if the curvature of key is changed by even 1 millimeter, the lock would not open. Let us look at some common mistakes that occur while using a scale. To measure the length of a pin using a scale, the head of the pin has to coincide with 0 of the scale. Count the number of centimeter and from there count the number of finer divisions. The count of the divisions is millimeter. In the above picture, the length of the pin is 2 centimeter and 6 millimeter. Take care to write the correct submultiples. While taking measurements, the submultiple should be noted correctly. Look at the picture. The correct reading of the object here it is 2 centimeter and 2 millimeter. So 2.2 centimeter. Parallax error. Parallax is displacement of difference in the apparent position of an object viewed along two different lines of sight. Correct position of the eye is also important for taking measurement. Your eye must be vertically above the point where the measurement has to be taken. In this picture, the eye vertically above the scale will give the correct measurement. Methods of measuring length of a curved line. Finding the length of a straight line is very easy. But how to find the length of the curved line? Yes, By using a string and divider, we can measure the length of the curved line. First, we are going to see the method using string. Draw a curved line AB on a piece of paper. Place a string along the curved line. Make sure that the string covers every bit of the curved line. Mark the points where the curved line begins and ends on the string. Now stretch the string along the length of a meter scale and measure the distance between the two markings of the string. And note it. This will give the length of a curved line. The next method with the help of a divider. Draw a curved line AB on a piece of paper. Separate the legs of the divider by zero point 0.5 or 1 centimeter using a ruler. Place it on the curved line starting from one end. Mark the position of the other end. Move it along the line again and again, cutting the line into number of segments of equal lengths. The remaining parts of the line can be measured using a scale. Now count the number of segments. Therefore, the length of the line is equals to number of segments into length of each segment plus length of leftover part. Now, we are going to see the next physical quantity, mass. Mass and weight. What is mass and what is weight? Mass is the measure of the amount of matter in an object. Weight is the gravitational pull experienced by matter. Hold a sheet of paper in one hand and a book in another. Which hand feels the heaviness? The mass of the book is more than that of a single sheet of paper. Therefore, the pull on the book is more than that of the paper. Hence, our hand has to give more force to hold a book than a paper. So, the force what we experience is called as heaviness. The SI unit of mass is kilogram and it is represented as kg. The bigger weights are measured in ton or metric ton. The smaller units are in 1 gram, 1000 milligrams are there. In 1 kilogram, 1000 grams are there. In 1 ton, 1000 kilograms are there. Do you know? The weight is directly proportional to the mass on the Earth's surface. On Moon, where the gravitational force is lesser than Earth, the weight will reduce but the mass will remain same. The Moon's gravitational pull is 1/6 of the Earth's pull. Thus, object weigh 6 times lighter on the Moon than on the Earth. For example, if the mass of a person is 56 kilogram, his weight on the earth is around 560 Newton. His weight on the moon is 90 Newton. But his mass always remains 56 kilogram. Beam balance. We use beam balance to measure mass. A beam balance works by comparing the mass of an object to that of known mass, or called standard mass. Here, the weight stones are known as known mass. By using the known mass, we can measure the unknown mass. Electronic balance. What is the use of electronic balance? It is used to measure the weight of an object. It is used very commonly in laboratories for weighing chemicals to ensure a precise measurement of those chemicals for use in various experiments. Electronic balances may also be used to weigh food, other grocery items, as well as jewelry. The next physical quantity, time. Day changes into night and night into day. Seasons also change. We know time passes. How do we measure the passage of time? Yes, clocks are used to measure time. The SI unit of time is second. In the clock, the shorter hand shows the hour. The longer hand shows the minute. And the longer thin red hand shows the seconds. Do you know? In earlier days, people used sand clock and sundial to measure the passage of time during the day. The shadow cast by a stick can be used to estimate time. One can also use a vessel with a small hole for computing time. Take a vessel or bottle with a small hole in it and fill it with the water. The time taken for water to drain can also be used as a measuring device. These are rough methods for counting passage of time. We can use electronic clocks, stopwatch, and other instruments to count even smaller durations of time. Let's see some numerical problems. 7825 centimeter is equals to dash meter and dash centimeter. So how to convert this? Simply 100 centimeter is equals to 1 meter. So 7825 divided by 100 will give you the value in meter. So 78.25 meter. So 78 meter and 25 centimeter is the answer. Next, 1195 meter is equals to dash kilometer and dash meter. Solution, 1000 meter is equals to 1 kilometer. So simply 1195 divided by 1000 will give the value in kilometer. So 1.195 kilometer. So 1 kilometer and 195 meter. Next, 15 centimeter and 10 millimeter is equals to dash millimeter. Here 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeter. So 10 millimeter is equals to 1 centimeter. So 15 plus 1 is equals to 16 centimeter. So 16 into 10 is equals to 160 millimeter. Next, 45 kilometer and 33 meter is equals to how many meter? So 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. So 45.33 into 1000 is equals to 45,330 meter. So the answer is 45,330 meter.